Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. And we take great pleasure in introducing our next guest, who is Ola Batta, who is on the front lines of hope. Humanitarian Efforts and Resilience in Northwest Gaziantep, Türkiye-based humanitarian that speaks to us. And she is now going to provide us insights on your role as humanitarian activists or workers as such. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the program.
Alaikum salam. Thank you so much for hosting me here in your program.
All right. So when we speak of, when you say you are working at a sensitive place, and what can you explain to us what that means?
Actually, it's mainly, let's say, humanitarian interventions into Syria, and leading these, let's say, interventions, providing, let's say, advice and technical guidance to the actors that are working in a humanitarian intervention in Northwest Syria.
Right. So could you briefly describe your experience and where you are based?
Currently, I'm based in Gaziantep. Actually, I'm, let's say, I've been working in this sector almost for 12 years, mainly focusing on Syria, where I started mainly from the eastern outskirts of Aleppo city in 2012. And this work actually has been mainly focused on the vulnerable people, the most vulnerable people, the people who are in need, the displaced mainly, the people who were under the shelling, the disabled people as well. And we can say that these responses have been ongoing, let's say, for 12 years. Almost 3 years of my life were mainly in Aleppo city. I spent another 1 year in the countryside, and later on I decided to move ahead to lead the operations, let's say, from Gaziantep, which is the hub of many international and national organizations, humanitarian organizations.
Right. You just answered one of my questions. I was going to ask you, where are you based and how strategic is that in order for you to carry out your efforts?
Actually, let's say the selection of the location normally is not, based on what we would love or what we like all the time. One of, let's say, my hopes was mainly to stay inside Syria and to keep, let's say, leading these operations and humanitarian interventions from inside Syria. However, the decision was, let's say, to leave in mainly 2015-16, when the city of Aleppo was, let's say, totally unaccessible and became, let's say, not accessible for the humanitarian interventions from the northwest, and due also to a lot of security challenges that could face humanitarian workers there. How strategic it is, actually, it's very strategic since, as I mentioned, from this location now we're able to oversee what's happening of changes in Northwest Syria, and we're, let's say, able to make better decisions for the, let's say, interventions based on the needs that are there.
So do you have refugees coming through onto your side where you can actually then offer hands-on assistance?
So far, actually, the, let's say, refugees in Turkey are already there. I mean, not coming, but they have been already there. So we're
Right.
talking about almost 3.8 million Syrian refugees that are based in Turkey, and that have been, let's say, there for almost 5-6 years. I mean, this is the least duration that we talk about, but the refugee movement, worthy to mention, it started from, let's say, 2012, 2013, and until our days, I mean, it's becoming less due also to a lot of, security challenges, a lot of, we can say, the borders has changed. They also, areas, the regions, the control of the regions has changed, but we are still having refugees, and we're dealing here also in Turkey with the refugees as well. But now the most important focus is becoming on, my focus is becoming on the displaced people in Northwest Syria.
Hmm. So, how has the current changes? What impact has it had on what's happening in the region now?
Actually, what's happening in the region, we cannot say that it is not expected. I mean, what's happening is something that has been expected to take place, but the time itself is the unexpected one. Um, we're talking about actually a kind of backlash or a kind of, let's say, deterrence operation, which has taken place since last week, since end of November. But I mean, this has been expected since 8 years. Since I mean, like these opposition forces has also been uh, dismissed, let's say, out of Aleppo city since 2016.
Hmm.
The unexpected thing that happened, or let's say for the first time, we see that I mean now these forces have been able to control all the city of Aleppo with its outskirts, where actually we talk about. More than 2 million people that are residing in the city itself. In addition, now to the people that are also, we talk about 500,000 that is almost in these outskirts. So, what's happening actually from a humanitarian perspective is that increase of the number of people in need and wide spreading of, let's say, the scape of or the scope of the humanitarian work in order to respond to the needs that are there. It's
Mm.
worthy to mention actually that the situation of the city, even before the, break in of these forces into it, was not also good. So almost these people, the 2 million, the 2 million and a half that we talk about, are almost, let's say, vulnerable people. 75% of them is under poverty line. Uh,
Mm.
we can classify them. So now with this, let's say, a new operations taking place there and control over there, we talk about, let's say, increase of the number of the people, vulnerable people, in addition to the ones that are already existing in the Northwest Syria. Worthy to mention that, in Northwest Syria also we have 3 million IDPs, 3 million displaced people. 1 million of them are residing in the camps, the tented camps, we talk about them. And you can imagine their
Mm.
situation during severe, let's say, weather
Winter
and harsh winter.
conditions. Yeah, the numbers are staggering. It's unbelievable. And to
Yeah.
manage that in terms of your humanitarian efforts, I know there are several organizations, but you as an organization and you having a foothold on um, what exactly is what exactly their needs are, I beg your pardon. How are you managing this? Is it funding that's obviously funding is needed, but how do you manage this?
Um, Actually, let me start here from the point that managing, let's say, these interventions in Northwest Syria is not an easy task. But
Mm.
we can also say that this crisis has resulted or has produced skilled humanitarian workers, skilled humanitarian leaders who are able, let's say, to manage operations for big numbers. Uh, we cannot deny the challenges that are facing us, starting from security challenges, logistic ones, economic ones, financial ones. Actually, underfunding has also
Oh dear, we've just lost our connection with our guest speaking to us out of Gaziantep in Turkey. We were discussing the humanitarian efforts and resilience in Northwest Syria, and of course, their role. Um, at- our guest was providing the insight into their role. And of course, right now, the question I had for her, and I hope we can connect with her very quickly to find out how has the combination of shelling, displacement, and cold weather affecting the vulnerable population. And of course, we will also further that discussion, hopefully, with her as soon as we connect, is what specific challenges does humanitarian actors face in securing funding or delivering aid? And that, in fact, ties in with the discussion we were just having. So if you stay with us, we are doing our best to reconnect with her. I'll be back with you right after this.
Ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
World-class financial services only at Sapphire Global, your financial partner. If you are looking for Islamic, Sharia, and ethical financial products, look no further. Sapphire Global offers a wide range of financial service offerings from short-term to life and investments. A full-service center with all financial requirements under one brand. Our highly skilled and experienced consultants are ready to help protect your financial future. Contact us on 041 001 0184 or visit our website on www.sapphireglobalfs.com. Sapphire Global is an authorized financial services provider.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Africa Muslims Agency has been providing critical aid in Gaza and Lebanon with your support. The humanitarian situation is more dire than ever before, with thousands displaced and in need of basic supplies to survive. Donate any amount to bring food, water, medical assistance and essentials to the people of Gaza and Lebanon. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
Searching for elite local and international investment and advisory services from an award-winning firm? Look no further than the Belmont Mayer Group, your gateway to unparalleled investment and wealth management. At Belmont Mayer, we believe in the art of wealth creation, a meticulous process fueled by our unwavering commitment to excellence. With a focus on providing elite alternative investments and quality advice, we also pride ourselves on maximizing value for our esteemed investors, as seen through our consistent outperformance. Your financial success is our top priority. Join us at Belmont Mayer and experience the difference firsthand. Ready to embark on a journey of greatness? Contact us today. Reach out to the Belmont Mayer Group on 078 786 1698. Call or WhatsApp or email us at info@belmontmayer.com. Elevate your financial future with Belmont Mayer, where every detail matters.
Help us build Masjid Hamza in Port Elizabeth. The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever builds a mosque for Allah, Allah will build for him a house like it in paradise. Join us in creating a lasting legacy with Masjid Hamza, our current venue where Salah, Hifz, Maktab and vibrant youth programs take place has outgrown its space and is a rental venue. Alhamdulillah, we've secured a new property right behind us. The plans are drawn and the municipality has approved them. Now we need your help to build. Be part of the Siddiqa Ajaria, continuous charity that brings blessings in this life and the year after. Every donation brings us closer to our goal and earns you immense rewards from Allah. Donate generously today. Account name Al-Fida Foundation, Standard Bank, account number 036893382, branch code 051001, reference Masjid Hamza. For more information, contact us at alfida@telcomsa.net.
Connect and stay ahead with Salam Media. This is Salam Media, coming to you live from South Africa.
Okay, we're back with our guest. Fortunately, she's connected with us again. We just lost you there for a few minutes, but not a problem. Our discussion earlier, just before that interruption, was, of course, the displacement of the civilians and cold weather affecting vulnerable populations. How are you managing that? Because the combination of shelling, displacement, as well as, of course, the cold weather.
Let me say that, I mean, it's managed with a lot of difficulties. I mean, we cannot imagine that this is something that is easily done, specifically talking about these areas where already people are there impoverished and they have lack of services and they don't have access, let's say, to the basic services at least. But the positive side of this, we can say that this crisis has really produced, as I mentioned, a humanitarian expert or humanitarian expert leaders from the Syrian people. So the operations are managed, let's say, from the organizations that are based in Gaziantep through their, let's say, field teams that are also inside Syria. With a lot of people and staff that are crossing border from Gaziantep into Syria. So the crossing border movement is not stopping. People are, let's say, doing the operations, as I mentioned, from here until there. So you can imagine these difficulties, and we talk about actually mainly logistic difficulties, financial difficulties, security difficulties. Specifically nowadays in Aleppo city, you can imagine that humanitarian workers are working under the shelling. They are distributing the bread. They are, let's say, providing with the medicine. They are doing this health intervention and sending their health teams under the shelling and under the bombing, which is very critical to the, like human being to imagine how this can be done.
Absolutely. What specific challenges does humanitarian actors face in securing funding or delivering aid?
Yeah. Actually, let's say defunding or the let's say cut of funds for Syria has been taking place since 2022 mainly. So this year and last year we have witnessed almost let's say defunding of 60% of the funds that used to be donated to Syria from the international donors in 2020 or 2021. This is actually is leading to a big gap in the number of people that are in need for the basic services. So most recently, we're talking about people that 3 million people that used to be served with the let's say food baskets under the WFP. Nowadays, these numbers has really decreased to almost, as I mentioned, 40%. We have almost a cut of 60% of this number. And I mean, now the food baskets, for example, are being delivered to the most people in need. But this is at the end. I mean, you cannot say who is the most people in need when we talk about almost 75 or 80% of Syrian people that are under poverty line. It means that we need really a kind of equal thinking of the poverty and how they need to access, let's say, their basic services together.
Well, we pray that Allah grants them ease, and you and all of your colleagues that are making the effort to assist these destitute people. It's really sad to hear that human beings are living in conditions that they are not by choice, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so
Yes,
much,
you want.
actually, and through also your radio, I would like really to send a message, let's say, to the also humanitarian workers that are currently under, working under shelling, and they are really now doing a great, let's say, job in terms of serving the people that are in need. My message is mainly thank you so much for your effort. Please keep in mind that we are a humanitarian. We need to keep the services for all. We need to be accountable to all people. And we need to be objective we need all the time to be objective and deliver the service to the people regardless of their religion, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their, let's say, thinking or their, let's say, beliefs. And wish you really, let's say, safe responses under such circumstances, as it is one of the, let's say, hardest times that we're living. But we really trust that these humanitarian people have been well trained during all these 12 years, and they will all the time do their best. Thank you so much.
Indeed. My respect to all of you. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you so
Assalamu
much.
alaikum.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Right, and we're looking forward to our next guest, who is representing Wise for Africa, and this is, of course, in relation to the 16 days of activism in South Africa.